Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today what I'll be sharing you are the most common questions in an interview. So regardless of whichever field you're applying for, I think this is really important for you to ace few simple questions, because that will definitely set the mood of the employer getting you as their employee. First few of them really are more about you, but basically the question that is often missed is the question, how are you? So how are you ties the knot between the employers and the employees who's applying, because it's really important for everyone who is applying to get some sort of personal connection to the interviewer. And it's not that easy when you don't know how to answer the how are you. So how are you should be answered personal, and it should be felt by the employer. Let's say for example, your interview is early in the morning, just can say it's too early to wake up, but I don't complain. Or it's either maybe you are interviewed late, like late in the evening. It's too late already, this is my first time again, and I'm so excited. Those things you don't have to pretend, and those things that you really feel at the moment, it's better to tell them, because that's how they're gonna gauge you of how you will be working with them, and your personality, it should shine through before the interview. Second questions most often asked by an employer is, can you tell us more about yourself? These questions can be interpreted in so many ways and can be answered in so many ways depending on what the situation is. But in my case, the most effective way to answer it is really just telling them 3 points of that question. Tell about yourself. It's just about what's your position currently, or last position held from a previous company, or if you just graduated, you want to let them know, and what degree did you graduate or got out from the graduation. Second, your function as of the moment, if you're applying for a promotional interview, or if you're going through a promotional interview, then might as well tell them what your task is currently. And then number 3, what are you looking forward to, and those things can shorten the time frame for your interview, and also could answer a lot of questions by your employers that I think they may or may not be able to ask you, and the other candidates will be able to pull that out. And that's the advantage of really as early as the first 2 questions you'll get to answer them, and so you will be setting the bar high for the next interview. The question asked would be, what is your expectation of the job? What do you know about the job? Those are things that you really have to take note of, and before you apply, you should know as to which company you're applying for, the background, the history of them, and the tasks and responsibilities, the roles of the position you're applying for, because it's really important that you have that in by heart and prepare for it. The sooner the better, before you get on board and before you get hired. It's really important for them also to know that you already have a glimpse of what it is, and partner it with a situation that you love the most is related to the new job. I'm not saying that you have to love whatever you're doing just to praise them, but in most cases, I think the reason why we're applying for a job is we really want the job itself, the task, the actions that we're doing there, and the results. It's very fulfilling if you know what the job is. So do the research, it wouldn't hurt, and at the same time, try to ask people around you about their sentiments about it, especially those working on the same field. Fourth question that is commonly asked is basically it's, can you tell me or can you share a situation wherein, you know, there would be lots of that if you are in a client-facing environment that you want to apply to, let's say leadership position, or I think just basically, can you share a little bit of information? Where did you get the news that we're opening, or a situation where you have to do this and do that? Make sure you use the star format. So I think I was able to share this early on my first video. But then I think it's really important for you to answer that way. First, you present the situation, and then your task at the moment, then the action that you did to resolve the issue and the result. So it's really important to give them specified examples so that they can visualize what you're capable of doing, because every employer doesn't know how you work yet, or if that's a next level supervisor, they don't know how you work. They're just basing it out from recommendations. Maybe if you're a good employee and you are a well-performing employee, then definitely get a chance to see you. But for those who are trying to just apply and doesn't really have any names yet at, you know, a certain field, you have to make sure that you answer that precisely, because that's when the judgment factor will come in. If, you know, you'll be considered for the job against those who are already had names and they're just waiting for their time to shine. The very last part, do you have questions about us, about me? The interviewer is gonna ask that question, and you should have one, at least two of them. Like, what should you expect after the interview? How are you gonna get the feedback? So you try to ask them those questions, because that mainly gives them the idea that, hey, this person is really interested to the next step, and does feel so well with the interview that you or the other person had just a thing. And it's really important for us interviewer to see if you know where you're going afterwards. So it's really important to tell them or ask them the next step, because you wanted the job. Really big achievement for you if you're gonna get it, and it should be felt. So those questions, if you're just gonna throw them away, those tones away from the interviewer, and then they didn't get a chance to see if you have any questions, that's a sign that you are not asking questions at all. And that's really bad, because if you're starting a job, then definitely you should be asking a lot of questions to grow and to perform well and to perform your tasks. And I think that's really helpful for a candidate who's really passionate about what he or she is doing. So last piece, I don't think there is a correct answer to every questions. You know, every interviews is different. On my case, I've been a lot through, I guess, hundreds, if not 20s of interviews, and it's really bad feel that way that, you know, you were not able to ace it. But just give a moment of reflection after the interview. Like, is it really the one that you need, or were the questions asked really hard? And that's when the notes will come into play, and then you have to write down all the questions, and so you can assess if the answer is right or wrong. So it depends on what you feel. If you feel right, definitely that's the right answer. But if you don't feel like it's not right and also not truthful, then I think it's not the best. So if you know someone and you can help someone, then share some questions that might be asked during an interview so they can prepare ahead of time. And don't tell them to memorize things. They just have to do it in star format, and then the answers, they have to come from the heart. Because if it's not coming from the heart, then the interviewers will know that you're lying. So there are lots of psychological factors going on. to the side of the interviewer, but it doesn't really concerns you at all. It concerns them to pick the right person, and you want that to be you. So guys, if you like this video, please, I appreciate you subscribing to this channel and give me recommendations about how I can improve my videos aside from the sounds, because I don't have any budget yet, and the ideas that you would like me to share. So I have a few in store for you. I'm really excited to film a lot of ideas today, but I will not be able to do that if you wouldn't help me. Okay, so all my social medias are down below, and you can also comment your questions that you think very often asked, and sometimes you fail, sometimes you're successful, as long as it's basing from experience. Okay, see you next on my next video.